to our members, because I'm a counter-resolutionary. I don't want resolutions gathering dust on quick cases. I don't want another piece of paper that says we're committed to doing this, that and the rest of it. I'm about delivery. This union is about delivery. Our sector committee is about delivery. So when we're thinking about industrial strategies, when we're thinking about our policy direction, when we're having conversations like this at an important conference, think about how we're going to deliver on that. Because we don't want sharp words and we don't want bits of paper that commit us to all sorts of things and then we walk away, have a drink in the bar and think we've done a job of work. Because the job of work starts when we leave here. It doesn't end when we put our hands up and vote on motion. So we've got lots of challenges that are facing us right now. And it doesn't matter where we sit in the group, those challenges are there. And I don't want to repeat any of the messages that Brian has already put out in his contribution here. He's a bit like Laurel and Hardy following one another around. And we do that. And what we don't do, though, is we don't repeat one another. So what I would just want to concentrate on, finally here from me, is our international work. All of what we're doing industrially is in our report, and of course there'll be a Q&A session after this, and if you want to ask any questions on it, by all means do. But international work is so important for this unit, it's so important for this section. There is no more global sector within our union than the aviation union. By very definition, we are a global sector, and we have relationships with international partners across the globe, whether they be other carriers or whether they be other ground handling operators working for global companies, multinational companies. We already have those links, and we develop those links, and we try and move beyond the letter of solidarity to very practical measures of solidarity when workers are in struggle. I always say that because a plane takes off, the one thing you guarantee is it has to come down, but because it comes down, it don't have to take off again. And we need to organise ourselves to be effective. If we're a powerful, confident trade union, we can support one another internationally. And I just want to give you a flavour of that in terms of a successful strategy. I'm very proud to represent this union as the president of the ETF aviation section. Very proud to stand here and do that. Colette is the president of the women's section at the European Transport Workers Federation. And we do some fantastic work there, but like in all areas, we're not that good at communicating it. But we do have some real victories that we want to share with you. We had trade unionists. We heard earlier about Colombian trade unionists that are murdered for standing up for their trade union rights, for wanting to make a difference on behalf of working people. Well, we have problems with facilities agreements and release and recognition. We have people knocking on our door at 1 o'clock in the morning with a shotgun. But workers around the world do, and they can't perhaps look after themselves, and they can't defend themselves, and they do rely on international partners and international solidarity to send very clear messages to their governments and these global companies that think they can roam around the world doing what they have to do where they have to do it, but doing other things where they can get away with it. So we have to work internationally and send very clear messages to these employers. And we did it very successfully just in Europe recently. We had 2 shop stewards, presidents actually of their union, in LOT, Polish Airlines, who were sacked for organising their union. Dismissed by a state-owned employer. LOT Airlines is state-owned. Well, they had a lobby, and I was proud to represent this union on a platform in Warsaw, speaking to 500 people outside the Ministry of Transport. And I'm very, very pleased to be able to report that as a consequence, not just of that, but with the actions that were taken within LOT, and other messages of international solidarity that came across, including picketing out LOT wherever they landed across Europe, including Heathrow. Those 2 workers are now reinstated and back working for LOT, and there is a collective agreement and a recognition agreement now in LOT Airlines. Now that wouldn't have happened. It wouldn't have happened just with LOT Airlines workers trying to organise themselves and work alone in a very hostile environment. But it did happen when they got the support that they got from international colleagues working in cooperation with one another, with a vision, with an ability where we can influence an airline like that, to influence them. And we did it. And we all should be proud that we did it. Because just like Colombian workers get solidarity and real support and confidence from messages of support from around the world, well, some workers closer to home. We have some very real strategies that are rolling out at an international level, whether they be organising campaigns in Ryanair, the Flight Lines campaign that's trying to take low-cost airlines out of Eastern Europe right now and organise those workers in those airlines, or whether it be the 23 kilo strategy, which is our strategy to lighten up on the ground, a ground handling strategy, where many of our members working for ground handling companies humping bags around that we're happy enough to take on holiday are disabled into retirement as a consequence of it. The average baggage handler will handle 9 tons of baggage a shift. And your bag, once you check it in and bugger off and have a beer somewhere, and then get on your flight and pick it up off the carousel, will be handled 10 times on average by a ground handler. 10 times. And it's disabling our people. So restricting the amount of weight, not just about investing in technologies, but physically restricting the amount of weight that can go into an individual bag is a core element of that strategy. We led from the front on that as this union. Unite, led from the front. We called it our Lighten Up strategy. It's now been adopted, and I'm very pleased to say that just last week at the International Transport Workers Federation, it was adopted at the Ground Committee as an international campaign, not just a European campaign. And we have a European Day of Action on the 27th of November, where every major hub airport across Europe will be involved in some sort of activity, whether it's handing out leaflets, whether it's lobbying employers, whether it's meetings with representatives of government, or a number of other measures that are being taken, press releases and the rest, to get a message across to the public that this is a really, really important campaign that we will be supporting. And that's about just not taking more than 23 kilos in an individual bag. If you want to take 40 kilos, take 40 kilos, but take it in 2 bags. Because someone's going to handle that. And people are getting hurt as a consequence of it. So the 23 kilos campaign is a vital element of our strategy moving forward. Fighting back on behalf of our people is central to what we do. You're the leaders of this union. You're the people that take our organisation forward. You're the people that have developed our strategy. And I'm proud to help you deliver it. And I'll leave it there.